Hello my lovelies, and welcome back to Sondering Tarot. This is part 2 of November's Deck Strength vs. Weakness series. Our featured deck of the month, of course, is the Ethereal Visions Illuminated Tarot by Matt Hughes. And today we're getting into Perfect Pairs. So, Perfect Pairs Tarot Edition. I have 10 decks to quickly show you that do pair with the Ethereal Visions. I have 5 indie and 5 mass market. I hope to give you at least a variety of different styles of decks for you to utilize. I will list a full description, a full list in the description box down below, so I do have more than what I am showing you, of course. The first up is Chris Ann's The Muse Tarot. As you can see, the aesthetics are very different. This pairing is not about the aesthetics, it's about the strength versus weakness and the overall energy of the deck. It is not about looks, people. And as you can see, there's a little bit of a color difference. Definite art style difference. But I like the way these two feel next to each other. I like the way that they coincide. I always think the Muse Tarot is aptly named Muse because it does have that inspiration, a vibe and feel to it. So when it comes to, yeah, career or life purpose, of course you want to be inspired. Alright, next up, here's an oldie but a goodie. This is the Crystal Visions Tarot. Both of these decks are summer season decks. The Crystal Visions, of course, has Fae energy. I am limited for Fae decks in my collection, but if I remember right, none of the Fae decks that I have clash with the Ethereal Visions. So the Ethereal Visions is fairly accepting, as far as I know, of Fae energy. So someone with more Fae decks, please chime in whether or not they have any Fae decks in their collection that do not jive with this particular deck. I'd be curious to know. And next up, here is an Inside Editions. This is the Nightmare Before Christmas. And of course, I am filming this right after Samhain, so sorry. Out of all the decks I could pull, yes, I pulled this one. Believe it or not, it shares a strength with the Ethereal Visions. So, although one is very much a pip deck, a dark deck, one that has a little bit of Samhain and Yule in it, these two decks get along. They get along just fine. Alright, and the next deck I have to show you is one that you may or may not have seen, even though it's mass market. This is a low-scale barrow deck. This is the Royo Dark Tarot. Fair warning, this deck does have nudity, and I'm so sorry, YouTube. Please don't ban me for that. Luis Royo is an artist that I actually enjoy, and yes, it's high fantasy art. Yes, there is nudity, and unfortunately, YouTube is not so crazy about that. So we're not going to stay here very long, because the more nudity I show, the more I might get in trouble. But there's a different deck style for you. And last but definitely not least, in the mass market, I am showing you the Mystical Cats Tarot by Lunia Weatherstone. I actually enjoy both of these together. I mean, who doesn't like cute fuzzy kittens? But at the same time, the strength of this deck is dreams. So you add dreams in with career and life purpose, and some interesting things come about. So they're two fun decks to put together. Alright, and because, like I said, I don't want to ever keep you guys here all day, we're going to now get into indie decks. So I've got 5 Kickstarter decks for you. This is the Out of Hand Tarot by Jamie Sawyer. This is a modern style deck, as you can see. please remember this is not about the aesthetics. This is about the energy of the deck. And believe it or not, they share a strength. The Out of Hand Tarot is a career deck. And that's what it plays into with the Ethereal Visions. They just have a different viewpoint, a different functioning job when it comes to career in my collection. Alright, and here is another one. Some of you might recognize the backings from this one. This is a Taylor Holquist Todd deck. This is the Myths and Legends Tarot. It also shares a strength with the Ethereal Visions. However, the Myths and Legends is a darker aesthetic for the most part, and for a lot of people it is a shadow work deck. No big surprise there. It does have a slightly different take on the tarot, and it does have a darker edge. I can't argue that. It is kind of plain as day. To be expected, I suppose, considering we're discussing myths and legends from all around the world. But believe it or not, despite all that, these two decks are okay. They function decently enough with each other. Alright, and to keep the momentum going, here's an AI deck that you probably may not have seen. This is the Weird World Tarot. And I normally don't like to tell you guys the strength of the other deck, just because I wait till I feature the deck in order to do that. However, when it comes to the Weird World Tarot, I will tell you the strength of this deck that I have discovered, that I have found so far, is creativity. I mean, that is great. That is fantastic. And when you pair that with a career or apply it to your life purpose, there's so many open doors with that. Kind of like with the Muse Tarot as well. So I kind of selected this as kind of the indie equivalent. And here is another AI deck. This is the Golden Journey Illuminated. Yeah, no, not Illuminated. Golden Journey Luxury Edition. There we go. Get the two decks separate in my mind before it comes out of my mouth. That would be helpful. Believe it or not, these two decks share a strength. And they both have extra cards. The Ethereal Vision has 2 extra cards. However, the Golden Journey has like 7 extra cards. And the Ethereal Visions has no problem pairing with the Golden Journey. Even though the Golden Journey is like its own little world, literally its own little world. Other decks sometimes have an issue pairing with it for that exact reason. Ethereal Visions doesn't have that problem whatsoever. Alright, and the last indie deck I have to show you is one that is unique in its mediumship. This is the Bloody Tears Tarot. It's a vampire, Dracula themed deck. The medium is red, blue, and black ink pen for the entire deck. So darker aesthetic. For a lot of people, this is also a shadow work deck. And you'd think that, you know, vampires, different creatures, that maybe Ethereal Visions would have a problem with it, but nope. The vampire vibe is totally fine. Alright, my lilies. We quickly went through all 10 decks. Like I said, I will have more decks than what I have shown you that do pair with the Ethereal Visions Illuminated Tarot. I will list that in the description box down below. And for those of you that like this series, would like to participate, I do have December's poll up on my community tab. So please go there and vote for the featured deck of the month for December. That poll will close on the 30th of November. And part 2, our Perfect Pair Oracle Edition, will be out tomorrow. Like I said, I will post these consecutively, so be on the lookout for that. let me know. Do you guys have any of the decks I showed you today? Are you interested in any of the decks that I showed you today because it pairs with the Ethereal Visions? Is there any other decks that you know pairs with the Ethereal Visions that is not shown or listed in the description box down below? By all means, let me know. I'm always good to try out new decks or find new decks, find new pairings. They're fantastic to have. The more information we have, the more we share it, the better things are. Anyway, my lovelies, thank you so much for watching, and hopefully I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.